5 out of the top 25 highest growing metros in the US are here in Florida. Which ones? Let's go ahead and discuss. Hello guys, how you doing? This is James Crim, your neighborhood realtor here. 5 out of the top 25 highest growing metros are here in the Florida area. So we're going to go ahead and talk about this and other updates that's going on in the Florida and Orlando region. But before we begin, I would just like to thank everyone who has watched, liked, commented, shared, subscribed to this channel. It definitely motivates me and it helps me to understand what it is that you guys like, and also helps you to go ahead and become more up to date in what is going on here in that Central Florida market. So I would encourage you to continue to view, watch, like, share, whichever way in which you would like to go ahead and contribute. But let's go ahead and get this started. 5 out of the top 25 highest growing metros are here in the Florida region. And if we zoom out a little bit more, if you look at the top 100, it's actually 17 metros. So which ones made that top 25 list? Which ones are off? And where is the lowest in which Florida ranked on that top 100? So before we begin and we tell you that, let's see how we actually got these statistics. These came from a background check company called Checkr. Checkr is an employee background check firm which analyzes data to pinpoint the growth metros that would be attractive to employers, relocations, and job seeker movers. We have Checkr. They went and did this data analysis. So what they call this is, where are the boom towns located? And what boom towns are, I'm just going to go off of the article's definition of boom town, are U.S. cities and metro areas that attract the most people, new businesses, as well as movers looking for better jobs. Okay, so this is really important. A lot of people would like to go ahead and move to somewhere place that is highly growing. And we know that Florida is one of those places. I believe here in Central Florida alone, there's about 1,500 residents coming and moving into this region a week. So it's good to see where they're happening in the U.S., but most importantly for this channel here in Florida. How did Checkr get their data? So they use data from the U.S. Census Bureau, Bureau of Economic Analysis, and they factor things such as population growth, the GDP growth, the unemployment rate, the workforce growth, poverty rate, housing unit growth, real person income growth, change in median age, change in the total number of businesses, and percentage of high earners making over $100,000 a year. And with that became this big list. So let's go ahead and talk. And as I said before, there's the top 25 in US, but we're only going to go with the Florida ones. So the first Florida metro that reached this list was Destin, Florida at number 6. The second one was Bradenton, Florida at number 11. And third, we have Palm Bay, Florida, that came in number 15. Jacksonville, Florida is number 4 at number 17. And The Villages came in at number 24. So the biggest metro city that, from those was Jacksonville, Florida. So let's talk about a little bit of the honorable mentions who just missed that top 25 list right there. So we have Tampa, St. Pete, Clearwater at 28, Orlando, Kissimmee, Sanford at 29, Lakeland, Winter Haven at 30, and Ocala at 31. Even though they weren't able to make that top 25 list, they're right there on the heading of that top 25. And it's crazy that they're at 28, 29, 30, and 31 respectively. Not only are they at the edge of the top 25, but they're right there, rank and file, back to back with each one. So Florida is really growing, and it just all depends on, I guess, what it is that you're looking for out of Florida to go and move to. It's not just only being able to stay in the metros like it was years ago, that you had to really be in one of those large metro areas to be able to really get a decent job. But now it's kind of more spread out. So you could be more on the outskirts of those areas, because most of those areas that were named are more on the outskirts of the metro areas besides Jacksonville. But you can, have a good living. And just depending on what type of neighborhood community that you're looking for, you can go ahead and get and actually have a thriving life. If you would like to see what other Florida metros made this list, I will have a link to this article in my descriptions. Please feel free to go ahead and look and let me know what you think. Did your metro area make the list? Let me know.